It's a blockbuster of a start to a brand new Betfred Super League season. The biggest local derby in the game, St Helens against Wigan. And the new beginning for the five-time Super League champions Wigan. But Adrian Lamb, the new boy in the coaching hot seat, knows all about this fixture, having played in 19 of them in a four-season spell with Wigan, including 2 Challenge Cup finals. Buckle up, this first offering of 2019 could be very tasty. Well, St Helens have 3 new faces in their side. Lachlan Coote is a straight replacement for last year's Man of Steel Ben Barber at fullback. The Fijian Test captain Kevin Magwana arrives on a 3-year deal from West Tigers in the NRL, and it's a formidable-looking three-quarter line, including World Golden Boot winner Tommy Makinson, who signed a 4-year extension to his contract on the eve of the new season. The other big new signing is on the bench, Joseph Paulo, the ex-Cronulla Samoan forward. Well, Wigan have got a new full-back on debut. Zach Hardacre plays his first Super League game in 16 months after serving his drugs ban. Some will say that Hardacre is entering his last chance saloon at Wigan, but on his day, he is an outstanding player. Dom Manfredi misses the start of the campaign with a knee injury. Joe Greenwood plays against his former club in the second row, and Sean O'Loughlin starts his 18th season as a Super League player. And on the bench, both Willie Isa and Gabe Hamlin missed the grand final, and there's a debut for former Barrow forward Joe Bullock, signed from the Championship club during the off-season. So that's what it's all about, and in October, on October the 13th, we'll know if anyone can prize it away from the Wigan Warriors, the reigning champions. Led again tonight by Sean O'Loughlin. His opposite number is James Roby, a man who has also extended his deal at St Helens until the end of the 2021 season this week. But a new era, a new beginning. That is certainly the case at Wigan. The champions are 5-1 second favourites behind St Helens and Warrington to win that grand final on October the 13th. The 24th Super League campaign, what a start with the biggest local derby in the game. 1 and 2 last year, St Helens 6 points clear at the top, but Wigan winning the grand final under Sean Wayne for their 5th Super League crown. Everybody here is anticipating a great game and fingers crossed for a wonderful season. Terry and Barry, have you wintered well?
I think Barry more than I have, Eddie. You know, you look at these sides and both well matched. The balance of the side, the strength of the side, and what a game, as you said, to kick off Super League 24. The champions Wigan against the team that everyone expected to get to Old Trafford last year. The way they performed in the opening 30 games, Saints thought they were brilliant. Both sides might not be quite match fit, and Justin Holbrook knows it's the little things that his side will need to do against a team that come here full of an awful lot of confidence. A lot of pundits have been writing them off over the years. In the last 10 years, they've won the trophy 4 times. And Adrian Lamb back in the fold, let me tell you, he's a thinker, he's a clever man. I'm sure his relationship with George Williams will see a different player from Williams this year.
Well, Robert Hicks is the match referee tonight. They met 3 times last year, these two sides. Saints won home and away in the regular season, but then they lost here to Wigan in the Super 8s last August, 10 points to 30. It was 21-18 and 14-6 scores to Saints in the regular Super League season. First whistle of 2019 then, we're underway. Welcome to the 24th season of Summer Rugby League, played in sub-zero temperatures. But this match, Barry, will warm the cockles of anyone's heart.
It is cold, but it's dry. That's the most important thing. One of the points that the lads made in the studios, that it's 2 very defensively strong sides. You see that on evidence after 20 seconds. A good shot, a good tackle, dislodges the ball, and Luke Thompson, who finished 2018 so strongly, gets stuck into his opposite number. And again, the fascinating aspect of this match will it be defence, or will it be outstanding attack that the victors will come up with?
You put that down as well to the kick-off from Saints. It landed short. Thomas Lulawai took the ball in. So the next carry, the defence from Saints were going to get up quick, get in Navarat's face. The pressure was there, the shot was there, they lose possession.
Well, the scrum is fed by Theo Farge. Here come the Saints then. And a chance here early for Kevin Magwana to make a name for himself. The Fijian Test captain gets to his feet, plays the ball to Tommy Makinson. Makinson tips it inside to Dominique Peyrou. He had such a fantastic season last year, did Peyrou. That's good defence though from Wigan. Bundle him back another 5, 6, 7 metres. Roby at dummy half, inside the Wigan 22. Walmsley on the charge forward for the Saints. 8 metres short of the line, bang underneath those sticks. St Helens looking for the first try of 2019. Theo Farge with hands on the ball. Lomax, good hands. Great ball wide. Here is Percival. That was from Lachlan Coote, that pass to Percival. Joining in the attacking line just as his opposite number 23 last year, Ben Barber, did and won the Man of Steel. Now it's Roby. Roby gets the pass away to Lomax again. Lomax attacking the line. Finds Nguama once more. Nguama to the line. He will score. What a start for St Helens. What a dream start for Kevin Nguama. St Helens lead by 4 points to 0. First points of 2019. And last year's league leaders, last year's entertainers have come up with the goods.
Well, less than 2 minutes to score the opening try. One of the new boys in the Saints shirt, Nguama, Fijian captain, under a lot of pressure. A good hit from the best prop forward in Super League last year, in my opinion, Luke Thompson. They shift the ball from one side to the other. They're so clinical, Saints. The first game of the year, and they get everything right. Has an awful lot of time on the ball, Johnny Lomax. You see the footwork, you see the strength. He gets through the line, and he gets the ball down.
Beautiful stuff from St Helens. From the left side to the right side, look at the way he stands up, Dan Sargentson. Stops, shuffles, and then accelerates again. Wonderful stuff. And Justin Holbrook delighted with the way his side have started this game, not only in attack but in defence as well.
What a dream start for Nguama. A 3-year deal from the West Tigers. Just 6 tries in 20 matches in the NRL last year. Not the best start for Adrian Lamb. And some stern faces amongst the Wigan coaching staff. Well, Nguama, he got 6 in 20 games last year in the NRL. He's got 1 inside the opening 3 minutes in the Betfred Super League. And Mark Percival with the conversion attempt, trying to draw it over the top of the bar, and he does that brilliantly. And Saints lead 6-0.
Well, they've got class in the left centre position with Mark Percival, and they've also got class, as we've seen there on the right side with Kevin Nguama. So he's standing one-on-one here. Just look out. He's giving the ball. He's in the gap, and his acceleration pushed him over the line.
Nothing that Sargentson or Liam Marshall could do about that. Great strength from the Fijian. He's 30 years of age on Monday, and that is the perfect birthday present. Now then, what have Wigan got in reserve as Walmsley drives the ball forward again? Great to see Alex Walmsley back. He missed the bulk of last year, having broken a bone in his neck last March. Good to see him back in the Red V once more.
I agree, Eddie. And the man who followed him up carrying the ball, Luke Thompson, I think he come of age last year because the game time that he got, because Walmsley was missing.
Roby at dummy half, goes down the left-hand channel again. We'll say St Helens look full of it at the moment, with Zebtea holding on to the ball. Roby once again, midway inside his own half of the field. Here is Theo Farge. Gets the ball away. Good stuff again from St Helens. This is the try scorer, Nguama, right in front of us. Pulled down this time by Sargentson. Dummy half Makinson. And Lachlan Coote is involved in just about everything. That's a great kick, spiralling all over the place, but well claimed in the air in the end by Liam Marshall.
Well, Saints play off good go forward. They spread the ball, they look to shift it. Either side, they're very good. And Dan Sargentson, he's already got a battle on with Nguama. He did well to take that then.
Well, the opening 5 minutes of the season, rip-roaring. They say all these rule changes they've brought in and tweaks and twists and turns are trying to speed the game up. This is being played at 100 miles an hour.
Eddie, it's for the players to come to terms with those changes, but one thing's for certain, it won't alter the flow of the game in the players and their minds and the way they approach the game. First game of the season, you're fit, you're healthy, and you're ready to go. You've been training for God knows how many weeks, God knows how many training sessions, weight sessions, field sessions, wrestling sessions, and it all goes into this first game.
Memories are made of this, Barry?
Yes.
Memories are made of this. You've been training as well. I know you've hardly slept all winter waiting for tonight.
Always exciting, always look forward to it.
All this Christmases come at once at the back end of January.
Do you know what? They're getting into each other as Saints. Well, Wigan have been penalised the second effort. But you look at the carry from Luke Thompson, gets over a Wigan player, The previous caddy, it was Mark Percival, who comes straight off the ruck, picks out a Wigan defender. They're not deviating, they're setting the line, they're picking out a play, they're getting over the top, and then James Roby's just looking for those quick play the balls.
In the World 13 last year was Luke Thompson, and there's the Golden Boot winner for 2018 as well, Tommy Makinson. Only the 5th British winner, I think, to pick up that award was Makinson. Good on him. Roby finds Farge. There's Knowles, short ball from him. It's Zeptea on the charge here for St Helens. They've started the better, there's no doubt about that. But there is a long way to go in this match. There is a marathon lying ahead of them in the season. Luke Thompson lost that ball. He lost that ball. The referee spotted it too.
He was in Luke Thompson. Luke Thompson goes down. You know you've got to get your body in front. When he ramps up, he's quick over the ground. You can see as he goes down here.
Shot clock's going, guys.
Well, the St Helens fans will say that that ball was knocked out. Stuart, let's hear from you for the first time this year.
Well, the tackle wasn't completed, so he's entitled to go back towards the ball. I think his hands hit the arm, and the referee's got the decision right.
Well, don't forget, they've got 10 seconds, 9 seconds, 8 seconds to feed this scrum. Otherwise, they concede a penalty right under their own sticks. The ball's in just in time, 2 seconds to go. The new shot clock that will become a feature of Super League in 2019.
Well, you think that Wigan now need some field position, don't they? The opening 7 minutes definitely belongs to Saints. They're the one who are dictating the speed of the game, the speed of the players. Ben Flower comes up with a decent carry, then spins out the tackle from Alex Walmsley.
Sam Powell got it away to Luluai. Here is Liam Farrell, substitute in the grand final last year, having come back from injury for the last 3 of the campaign. Sam Powell again, good tackle by his opposite number though, James Roby. Legs up in the air from Powell. He looks at Robert Hicks, who signals last tackle and nothing else. Regan Grace is underneath the high kick, and he spilled it as Regan Grace.
Knock-on call. All the time, Regan Grace. It was good pressure from Morgan Knowles. Got out, took some time away from the Wigan kicker, and he's looking at that. Bounced off his chest. He'll be disappointed with that. But a lot of time, and really should execute that skill properly. As Tez has said, Wigan now with some field position. They'll have a look and examine St Helens' line.
And generally in this sort of situation, as these 6 tackles progress, they'll come to the left-hand side. George Williams, Liam Farrell and co have been where they've been strong so far in previous seasons, and I expect they'll come again this way. Throughout the course of the night, George Williams the key to Wigan's attack.
That was Greenwood with the first drive in. Powell waits a dummy half as Ben Flower gets to his feet and plays the ball to him. Gets it away to Luluai. On the diagonal run, it's Oliver Gildart. Grounded by Luke Thompson's tackle. Hardacre was dummy half. Here is Greenwood again, and he's attacking the St Helens end, where all the supporters are, and getting the usual welcome from them. O'Loughlin fires the pass to Williams. Williams then gives it off the drop-off pass. Navarrete was the man, and that's a good ball to Flower from O'Loughlin, and he's held up just short of the line.
Well, good defence from Saints. 4 players in attendance then. And Flower's shown O'Loughlin. The old campaigner. He knows exactly what to do around the try line. Sucks those players in, pops the ball inside, but great defence from the Saints.
Wigan's turn to defend now. O'Loughlin, the man at marker, chasing the runner. Sean O'Loughlin, the only man to have played, members of this Wigan side anyway, to have played with Adrian Lamb when he was at Wigan as a player, the new coach.
Well, this is where you go hunting, and Saints shifting the ball to Mark Percival. What a dangerous player he is.
Great run, Percival. Walmsley will cart the ball forward again.
Look at that, you get the one quick play of the ball, you bring those big lads onto the ball. It's nice and easy for the forwards.
Thompson once again. I say Walmsley and Thompson so impressive in the opening 10.5 minutes. Last tackle here for St Helens. Once again it's Lachlan Coote with the high kick. This is spiralling everywhere. There's a nasty wind as well. Hardaker does well and then gets out of some trouble.
He's one of the best at that, Zach Hardaker. He was quite deep, thought he judged it okay, and had to show some urgency and collect it under a bit of pressure from Zeb Taylor.
Do you agree with me that this is Zach's last chance, big chance?
Yes, absolutely.
He's got to repay the faith shown in him, hasn't he? Obviously, the 2015 Man of Steel, he's got unbelievable talent at his disposal.
Just stand up, Zach.
Good run from Marshall. Roby with the tackle. Last one here for Wigan, so Lulawai will hoist the kick down the right-hand side. It's a deep one. And the ball bounces its way into touch. Lachlan Coote not too bothered. Adrian Lamb, there he is, the man who's taken over from Coach of the Year, Sean Wayne.
Let's get in on the cross, please.
Well, Regan Grace, well, he was looking at where his fullback was, and Adrian Lamb said he's got a decent spine in front of him, but Lachlan Coote been looking at him, Eddie, looking where he's positioning himself, and he's positioning himself really deep from player one. So whether or not Wigan might just chip the ball through, try to play it short, but there's definitely some depth in there when he's defending.
This is Regan Grace again. Of course, as well as Sean Wayne departing, the man in charge at Wigan, they've also lost Sam Tompkins, John Bateman and Ryan Sutton. And Adrian Lamb, the man in charge now, has pledged to bring flamboyance and attacking flair to the side, but so far we've seen the typical Wigan defence on show.
They need the ball. They've been put under pressure for 12 minutes. St Helens, they get that roll on, they rely on that quick play of the ball. Players flooding forward off the back of runs from players like Alex Walmsley.
Be interesting to see now as we approach the 13th minute with the new interchange rule as well, down to 8 changes for the coaches, how they will manipulate their big men. The big men like Walmsley and Thompson and Flower and Navarrete.
John Wilkie knows his former teammate really well and said Alex Walmsley's got big minutes in him. Sometimes you condition yourself to those short 10-12 minute bursts, or you can expand that to 20-25 depending on what your coach wants from you.
That's what Wigan have done successfully against Wigan in previous seasons. They get the small quick guys running out of the behind the play of the ball, and it's got them going forward, winning that gaining ground. But St Helens defence in the middle strong at this stage of the match.
Farrell goes down, tackle number 4. He plays the ball to Powell. Here is Williams. That's a good ball from him. Greenwood tackled by one of the smaller men on the field, Theo Farge. Last one here for Wigan. Lulawai under pressure from Morgan Knowles, gets the ball away. Lachlan Coote claims it. He says he was in the in-goal area. The referee disagrees and says play on. He makes it to the 20-metre line before he's pushed back. Yes, he came from the field of play. Good call by Robert Hicks, in charge of both the major finals last year, wasn't he, Robert Hicks? Big match tonight, big start to the season, big match referee in the middle.
And there's some big whacks going in, isn't there, early on in this game? Both sides not leaving anything behind.
78th Super League meeting between the two. Saints have won 36, Wigan 37. They've had 4 draws. Payru on the charge. He's got Lomax on his inside. Gives it to Lomax. Lomax goes round the defender, Tom Davis, and scores and celebrates the second St Helens try. Well, that's St Helens of old and St Helens of new at the start of 2019. Johnny Lomax, 200th career appearance tonight, and he's come up with the second try.
Beautiful stuff from Super Saints. Morgan Knowles with an early pass and a couple of short passes, finds Dominic Payru in space, assesses the situation really well, and Johnny Lomax, using his peripheral vision, knows there's a covering player coming towards him. As soon as he catches that ball, steps away from that covering tackle. Wonderful stuff from Saints.
I think he shows good power, Dominic Perry, gets back on an inside shoulder on Joe Greenwood, who loses foot in the power that he's got. Perry gets through that tackle. He knows that once he gets through, he's got Johnny Lomax, the versatile Johnny Lomax, in support.
There will be some St Helens supporters who will have come here today and seen that Danny Richardson's not in the starting lineup, not even on the bench, and that Justin Holbrook has gone with Lomax and Farge as his first choice halves, Phil. It looks like it's paying dividends at the moment.
Well, it's a big decision, isn't it, to make? He had so much faith in Danny Richardson last season. We're not sure of Richardson's fitness or whether he'll come back, but I've been a big fan of Theo Fash since he first started to come and play for Salford over here several years ago.
Here is Percival then to add the extras. That's an easier attempt and makes no mistake, 12-0.
I think Barry hit the nail on the head. The role that Morgan Knowles plays in this is crucial. To be able to run straight to the defenders and then pass sideways at pace is a difficult skill. It's complemented by the brook then that Dominic Peru does on the back of that. One of the things I love about Super League is the variety of tries that we're given. And there's another example of the way that St Helens can score. Interplay, support and speed when they need it.
Well, Wigan conceded no more than 12 points to any team in the final 8 games of 2018. And in the opening 16 minutes of 2019, they have conceded 12 points to their fiercest rivals.
Well, they just look so dominant, don't they, Saints? The speed, they got power. You see again, fighting to play that ball,
and they get the penalty.
Everyone talks about what Tommy Makinson like down the other end of the field, but I like him with it backfield here, and I like how he gets forward. He's quick, he accelerates into tackle, tries to win the play. Made his England debut last year. Wow, horrific kick, low line touch.
Oh, and Liam Marshall thought he escaped, but he hasn't. He knocked on. He gave the ball back to St Helens, so play on, and here we go once more.
So even when St Helens get it wrong, they back that up, they don't rest on their laurels, get into the frame, and they end up picking the scraps.
Here's Walmsley, brushes away from one, gets the ball away to Zebtair. Zebtair comes back on the inside before Gildart and Farrell bring him down. Lachlan Coote at dummy half again. Here is Walmsley. St Helens are 5 metres away from the Wigan line, and they've only used up 3 tackles, and it could easily have been Wigan in possession. Here's Farr, short ball, Thompson, good tackling. Ben Flower, Joe Greenwood, Roby gets the ball away to Farr. Here is Peru, he's lost it. Hardaker will respond. There's no free plays in 2019 either. It's now regular, just play on.
Well, Wigan, under enormous pressure, managed to save the day, but St Helens using a lot of those short passes with runners out the back. We saw when Dominic Peru made that break for the last try, it was a short pass rather than going out the back. And they're using that tactic to good effect tonight. Unfortunately,
again.
He blotted his copybook. Dominic Peru had a strong start to the game.
Just trying to slow things down maybe as this game picks up pace. Oh, it's a fantastic start to the Betfred Super League season this year. We have the big city derby tomorrow, Hull KR against Hull FC. Full house, 7 o'clock. And then Warrington against Leeds on Saturday at 5, Sky Sports Arena for that one. 3 wonderful, wonderful games to wet your whistle for what's to come over the next 8 or 9 months.
2, move Alex, get square. Go.
That was Navarrete, dumped on his back. Here is Powell, gets it away to Luluai. He tried to fool Zebtair, couldn't do. Quick play the ball though. Hardaker once again, and he finds O'Loughlin. He gets it away to Williams. Williams saw a little gap. 22 metres away from the Saints line. Interference, offside. Offside at the play the ball. Penalty to Wigan, 10 metres out.
A couple of back-to-back penalties that will certainly help this Wigan side. Missed 8 tackles in the opening 19 minutes of the game. Saints have only missed 1.
Let's go here, we'll come here.
Ben Flower again will drive it in. This is a chance for Wigan to get themselves on the scoreboard. Respond to the 2 tries that Saints have scored in the opening quarter of the match. Saints now being asked to defend their line as Navarrete plays it again to Powell. That was Luluai. And there goes Gildart. Johnny Lomax and Zebtair dealing with the threat on the right-hand side. Farrell to Luluai. This is Powell. He finds O'Loughlin. Good hands from Wigan here. Williams. Oh, well picked up by Sargentson. So 10 metres out, 4 tackles gone. Wigan. A drive in by Greenwood again. Gets to within a metre or so of the St Helens line. Will play the ball to Powell. He'll shift it into centre field to O'Loughlin. Now it's with Luluai. There was Hardaker. This is Gildart. Gildart puts boot to ball. It ricocheted off a St Helens player. Did the ball play him, or did he play the ball?
Time off, Ben. Can you just
Wigan, when they're shifting the ball, they don't look as slick as St Helens. The players aren't running from deep like St Helens players are, all over Gildart and Wigan. Tried to move it, tried to ask some questions, tried to find some space, and the referee...
Now, that's interesting, Stuart. Is that a play by Percival? Because he's asked Ben Thaler, the video referee, to check on this.
No, I don't think it's in his running stride. I don't think he's played it down. I think they'll keep Robert Hicks's original decision.
And it looks like he has. So Saints trying to work the ball away from their own line. They were inspired by an Australian fullback in Ben Barber last year, were the Saints, but they fell short of the big prizes.
Eddie, first change for St Helens. They've rotated big Alex Walmsley, played the opening 20 minutes. You might see some of those bigger players rotated 20, 25 minutes, or in fact the coaches might just read the body language and give them as long as they can in those first stints.
And there's Lachlan Coote again. He got clattered as the ball was kicked, so play on. Hardacre greeted by a white wall.
Well, that's it. He's looking across that line. He's looking for someone who's just maybe having a bit of a breather. 21 minutes on the clock now, and I need the big guys just starting to switch off. What the halfback's going to be doing? Are they going to be looking at terrorising some of those bigger forwards in the middle?
Go all the way in, Matty. You good now?
One of the big forwards for Wigan takes it up the middle.
Get square.
That's Ben Flower. Powell goes to the right-hand side to O'Loughlin. He fires the pass to Lulawai. Here is Liam Farrell. Lomax, Percival dealing with the threat. Good run from Gildart.
Still the last.
Loops the pass to Powell. Powell with the kick as they're on the last. Makinson on his own line claims it really excellently, and it's a good chase by Greenwood.
No, good work from Joe Greenwood, not just sitting back. He was a bit disorganised from Wigan then on the last play. I think it was Gildart who gets the ball, he runs in, he wasn't a word, it was the last play. Then it was a pass out wide, a panic pass to George Williams. And this is where they like to defend. This is where they've built a reputation. Wigan have been a tough side, making teams work really hard to try and get out of the end zone.
Tell you right, it sometimes takes 5 minutes to build for a try, although here it looks like a good mistake, so Wigan for theirs.
Just Grace.
Wigan are starting to make St Helens attack from their own half, and here's a great example of it.
Great run from Grace. He was fed by Mark Percival. Worked the last tackle though. Coote is involved again. Greenwood takes it one-handed. Fires the pass to Peru. Comes wide to Makinson. Flying again, Makinson. But he couldn't quite get it down this time.
Great rugby. From one end of the field, they've gone to the other. Attack down the left-hand side. He tries that trademark dive into the corner, but the ball hits the corner flag before he can ground it. Side of play, and Wigan start with a tap 20. Injury in the background when Saints were making that break. I think it was. Is it Mark Percival? No, it's Johnny Lomax. Sorry, he threw the pass. He was hit.
Good response on that 10 men.
Just get some treatment there, maybe a cut on the head.
Wasn't it wonderful skill from Luke Thompson? Finds himself in the wrong place at the wrong time, catches it, reaches back left-handed and delivers that pass. Here's the injury. Luke Thompson, not too much in it, and always holding his head.
Well, there's a bigger problem, it seems, for Wigan Warriors, because Tony Clubb has been on the field just 2 minutes.
He's the man who crashed.
That's it. That's 1-0 to Johnny Lomax there. He was under pressure. Tony Clubb, that's his job. He puts pressure on those first receivers, those first passes of the ball, and he collides with the head of Johnny Lomax. That's why he's holding his head.
So he's going to be assessed as Tony Clubb. There's blood from the nose as well. That might be the end of Tony Clubb tonight. He's only been on for 2 minutes.
Big night for that man. Joe Bullock made the leap up from Barrow, served his time, served his apprenticeship. We've watched him a couple of times playing for the Barrow Raiders, and he's on the big stage now.
Adrian Lamb tells me he started life as a winger. He's come back as a big forward.
Eventually they'll learn the game and end up in the front row. It happens to them all.
Well, when he was given the nod by Justin Holbrook, by Adrian Lamb rather, apparently the whole first team squad gave him a really big cheer. Delighted that he's in the side. Penalty here, they'll be delighted about this, Wigan too.
Tackle's complete. It's still up for them. Tackle's complete.
Joe Bullock, like he's earned his stripes. I think Wigan have had to earn their stripes in this game. They got off to a poor start. They're 12 points behind in the derby, playing in round one, and Adrian Lamb knows that tactically you've got to be good in these games. You've got to be physical, you've got to be dominant. Everything you do, you've got to absolutely nail it. You don't get many chances. The chances that you get, you've got to make sure that you take them.
So Wigan are now within 3 metres of the line. And it's a drive in by Joe Bullock. Nearly a dream debut for him, as well as we had for Kevin Nagwama after just 3 minutes. This now is Williams. Williams gets it away to Greenwood. Oh, lovely pass! Sargentson with the try, but it's forward, is it?
Yeah.
It's forward.
What a shame. I think Phil mentioned it a while ago. The link and the partnership that Jones Williams and Joe Greenwood are going to form over on that side will bear some fruit. And it's just half a metre forward. Greenwood, with his arm outstretched, just can't quite match the timing of the run.
First slightly contentious call of 2019. Did that come from the side, Stuart?
No, Robert Hicks in a good position to judge. He's made a call himself.
Couldn't see the hands.
Well, you'll have seen the hand, the ball coming out of the hand, and from where he is, it looked forward.
Joe Greenwood, it was a great offload. His brother James Greenwood, who plays for Ulcar, also brilliant in keeping the ball alive in the tackle. We'll maybe get to see him tomorrow night, but that goes to show Wigan on the left side. They love to go that way, and there'll be a test for Saints. They've shown how good they are attacking down this side, but they'll be tested as Lees is driven back by 3 strong Wigan defenders.
Yeah, Matty Lees, another one with a new deal banked before the start of the season. For England Knights recognition at the back end of last year too, Matty Lees.
Morgan knows he's getting through some work. Our studio guest, John Wilkins, did a lot of that work for St Helens. He's been pivotal when breaks have been made, and he's been there to roll his sleeves up as well.
10 straight wins at the end of last year for Wigan. They're 12-0 down here though, as Hardaker gobbles up the ground to gobble up the ball as that was kicked forward.
And they're not getting bored of this kick chase, are they? Zach Hardaker, well, that's what he can do. In broken play, give him the ball, he's got some speed. Followed by Gildart here, footwork at the line, trying to beat the likes of Knowles and Matty Neils. Luke Thompson takes it to the heart of the Saints defence.
Those 10 wins at the end of last year produced a 3rd Super League crown for coach Sean Wayne, of course. And Wigan have not lost since going down 6 points to 14 on July the 19th against St Helens. Powell is the dummy half. Comes the right-hand side to Lulaway, tries to stab the kick through, but it's well picked up, and Lachlan Cooch is away, but will be brought back by the referee's whistle.
Obstruction, wasn't it, on a St Helens, by a St Helens player here. Penalty to Wigan, will get more chance to attack here. As the kick goes in, just watch there. Zeb Taylor holds back Tommy Lulaway when he goes to ground pretty easily, and the referee thinks it's obstruction. He's impeding from making the tackle. We can get 6 more players in a great part of the field.
Indeed, 10 metres out, and drive in from that man Bullock. 7 metres away, we'll play the ball here to Powell. Powell gets it away. And Gabe Hamlin, one of the substitutes on as well. Good ball. They're not going to be stopped this time. And it's a try for Ben Flower. Well, they were given the penalty for obstruction, and Ben Flower hit that ball at pace. And Wigan get over the line, and this time the try is given to the Welsh international. And so Wigan are back in the hunt big time. And don't forget, they got over with the try that was disallowed for a forward pass just a few moments ago.
Well, they get a penalty though. You can see Zeb Taylor just holding on to Thomas Lulaway. The referee, Robert Hicks, awards the penalty to Wigan. There's a couple of strong carries. The first one's from Joe Bullock, and then the third one comes in from Ben Flower. Hits a good line, look at him, straight across, looking at picking out James Roby, and he gets that ball down.
You're right to reference the run from Joe Bullock. He's been on the field probably 5 minutes. Every time he's touched the ball, he's made 8 or 10 metres, and the threat of him being in the frame then just caught the attention of players like James Roby. It was Ben Flower just slightly outside. He used the post and the post pads very effectively.
Zach Hardaker then has taken over the full-back role from Sam Tompkins and takes over the goal-kicking role from Sam Tompkins. And Wigan are back within 6. Ben Flower's try, Zach Hardaker's conversion. St Helens 12, the champions 6.
Well, Ben Flower, another example of a player who started to play rugby union in his earlier days, switched to rugby league and has been highly effective at it. I'm sure there must be many more out there. Given an opportunity like Ben's had, he's grasped it. Just look at that. Did he play his 5th grand final in the last 6 seasons we saw came up on the bottom of the screen? What an amazing career. He's maximised his potential. He's put Wigan back into this contest.
Yeah, 5 grand finals, 3 wins. Of course, one of the grand finals he only played for a couple of minutes, but it goes down as a grand final appearance just the same.
I think he's a big plus every time he puts on that Wigan shirt. And the early stages, Joe Bullock, well, he's certainly rising to this atmosphere, isn't he?
He certainly is. And by the looks of things now, Wigan are at the pace of this opening match of the 2019 Betfred Super League season. Saints off in a whirlwind start. Wigan gradually have ground their way back into the match. That was Greenwood, gets it away to Sargentson. Sargentson has support. Hardaker's on his inside, couldn't get the ball away either to him or Marshall. So we'll play it to Marshall. Marshall into centre field to Williams. Williams then to Flower. The try scorer is 12 metres away, but this is the last tackle for Wigan. What do they have here in the locker? Well, they have a kick wide from Lulawai to the right-hand side. Oh, Regan Grace has knocked the ball dead.
He looks nervous on the right.
That's the second time that, isn't it?
Do you know, you make a mistake in rugby league and then all of a sudden they'll keep looking at you, they'll keep looking at where you are, what you're doing, what's your body language like. And Regan Grace, a couple of times in this game the ball's gone up and they've not managed to take control of it.
Well, Joe Greenwood spent a couple of minutes on the floor. You can see a heavy challenge. Luke Thompson hits him more or less at the same time he passed that ball, but Joe Greenwood stayed down. Thompson hit him and hurt him.
So goal line drop out. Wigan will collect it 40 metres out with Williams, and he gives it to Ben Flower.
Louis, move! Hold now, hold!
Powell,
Hold,
the dummy half. Into centre field they go. Hardaker gets it away to Bullock. Championship Rugby League last year with Barrow, doesn't look out of place at all here tonight so far. Lulawai gets the pass away to Liam Farrell. Wigan are suddenly in the box seat. They get the penalty as well because there was interference on the deck by Lomax.
Well, the Saints defensive line now have got to think, because whenever there's a ball player going at the line, there's an option inside, outside, someone out the back.
Here they come, Wigan with Hamlin.
Play the ball. Go.
This is Powell, gets it away.
Help!
Solid St Helens defence.
Go 2.
There's a chance there. Here is Hamlin again. Gets it to Williams, who plucked the ball out of the air, tries to dance his way around Roby.
Move! Line! Go.
Powell, 10 metres out. This Lulawai. Lulawai gets the ball away to Farrell.
4! Move! Go.
4 tackles gone, 2 in the bag for Wigan. This is Lulawai. Fires the pass to Williams. Williams then to Greenwood. Greenwood gives it to Sargentson. Cuts inside Sargentson. Good defence, Farge.
Go.
Greenwood. Greenwood to Williams. Stabs the kick in off the post. Brilliantly read by Lachlan Coote. And St Helens escape.
Well,
OK, let's get news of Tony Clubb. We saw him being carted off after 2 minutes. Angela.
Well, that clash of heads, it came off worse for Tony Clubb. Quite clearly, we saw him go off with that head injury. He's been for a concussion test, and the news is he's failed it, so Wigan down a forward now.
2 minutes he lasted. Clash of heads with Johnny Lomax. What value playing in a scrum cap, gentlemen?
They'll be thankful, but I was going to say credit to both of those sides. Wigan testing them with the ball. Saints, the way they defended that line. Again, they get to the kick. They're not putting pressure on themselves. They're just rolling down the field. And when they kick to that man, they know they've got to be strong.
Wigan are suddenly in the hunt here, aren't they?
Hold.
Well, you can see that they've just seemed to have upped the tempo, haven't they? With the forwards running straight, running hard. The wingers getting involved in Liam Marshall. That's it. Like even Dan Sargentson over on the left-hand side, you give him some early ball, he can get through that defensive line.
Lulawai slips the pass away again to Gildart.
4. Moves in.
Good opening to the season, this.
It's brilliant. Never expected anything different, really.
Flower drives it in. Roby stands his ground. Helped out by McCarthy, Scarsbrook and Knowles. Powell once again. To the left-hand side with Williams. He tries to dab the ball down. Did Farge knock it on? No, says Robert Hicks.
He got his feet to
great stuff.
Strong run.
Still going. In the end, brought down by Hardacre.
Well, his coach, Justin Holbrook, showed faith in the number 6, Theo Farge. He's defended everything that's been thrown at him. And on that occasion, he had to duck down, pick that ball up, and gobbled up 20 metres for his side. Hits his foot. Ooh, I think he might have got away with a little one there.
Well, it came back. He tried to pull it back towards him, so maybe that's why he got away with it. I think Theo Farge's defensive efforts maybe has got him the nod over Danny Richardson at the start of this year. But never mind, here is Lachlan Coote. He gives it to Mark Percival. St Helens on the last 10 metres out. That man Farge again in an attacking role this time. That flicked off a Wigan boot, not played at. Was that played off? No, the referee still says it is still the last. Regan Grace with invention, and he gets George Williams over the line.
That's exactly what St Helens needed. They've been starved of possession, much like they did to the Wigan side in the first 12 or 15 minutes. They needed a repeat set. It looked for a moment like they'd messed it up. It looked for a moment like the kick that they'd put in, the scramble that happened after that kick would mean that Wigan would retain possession. But here they go, they have another look at the line.
Zach Hardacre also had another quick look at the shot clock then and made sure that there was plenty of time left for him to kick it. 9 seconds, and what a kick it is. Now then, Makinson, did he have a foot on the line then when he put that ball back? Did he have a foot on the line?
No, he gets away with it.
I know he gets away with it,
no,
but did he?
No.
You're right. Good work by the touch judge. Here's a penalty for St Helens.
Well, it's a good job that Tommy Makinson was there, and Saints get the penalty now, interference at the play of the ball.
Come on.
You can see just holding on too long. Joe Bullock, hand in all over LMS.
I must say, Terry, I must compliment you on your eyesight at the start of 2019. You were spot on with that. And you're not wearing the new glasses either.
No, not yet. Not in public, Eddie.
Only because he's forgot them.
That was a secret, that, by the way.
Only because he's forgot them.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with having glasses.
No.
As long as you bring them.
Go.
Matty Lees drives it in for the Saints. 22 metres away. Roby. Farge. Coote. Oh, interception! Away goes Liam Marshall. This kid's quick. This kid is quick and too quick for St Helens. Liam Marshall gets the try for Wigan. The interception from Lachlan Coote. And Liam Marshall gets Wigan back within 2. Well, there might be no Dom Manfredi, but Wigan's top try scorer of last year, Liam Marshall, has stamped his name on this opening game of 2019 already. Liam Marshall with the try, Wigan back within 2 points.
Well, this is really smart play from Liam Marshall. He recognised on the 2 or 3 occasions that Lachlan Coote has been in this position, he's been able to catch and pass in the same movement, and he takes the risk, takes the gamble. A look at the reaction of the coach, Justin Holbrook. Smart play from Liam Marshall. And what about the pace? He's no slouch as well.
And that's always the danger when you play at the line. If you look at what Liam Marshall has to contend with, he's got 2 players outside of him. If that ball goes out wide to a Saints player to try, he spots it, he comes in, he times that to perfection, and as soon as that pass is released, he's there to pick it up.
I was going to say Liam Marshall gives a little signal to the Wigan fans. They're up the other end. He gave the little signal, and it was a perfectly legitimate little signal. There was nothing wrong with it. To the Saints supporters as he went over the line for that.
Well, it can give
there they are, though, the lads making the noise.
Can give them one to the Wigan ones as he walks back to that end of the ground. He's probably got the best natural instinct at scoring tries. See Zach Hardacre here take over the goal-kicking duties for Wigan from Sam Tompkins, who did most of last season and made it look pretty easy.
Yes, he did. Wigan are back in the hunt, and there's the sign to the Wigan fans. Well, if this doesn't stick in Liam Marshall's hands, it's a certain try for Saints.
Well, he's got a lot to deal with, hasn't he? As I said, there's two Saints players outside of him. He makes the decision. He just buys a bit of time. He just stands there. He's still on his tiptoes. As soon as it's time to go get that ball, he gets it.
There's different degrees of bravery in rugby league. Sometimes it's running into 3 defenders in the middle of the field. Sometimes it's making the decision to go for an interception because the criticism you face if you don't pull it off. It was a brave play. It's got Wigan back on level terms.
Well, the first 20 minutes belonged to St Helens. The last 20 have belonged to Wigan. Which way will it go on Sunday in the Betfred Championship? As we bring you the first of the Toronto matches we'll be featuring home and away in 2019. York, newly promoted against Toronto, who were within 2 points of being in the Super League themselves last year. It's a 3 o'clock start on Sky Sports Arena on Sunday. 4 great games on Sky this weekend.
Yeah, there is, Eddie. 3 Super League, 1 from the Championship, and one of the players who stepped up from the Championship, Joe Bullock, been very impressed with him. His go forward has been excellent in this game.
Game management from Wigan. Adrian Lamb, big boots to fill in the Coach of the Year from last year. Well, he didn't get off to the best start, but boy, oh boy, the last 20 minutes, fantastic for him.
And it's come off the back of some fabulous work by players like Joe Bullock. It makes such a difference to the end of sets. The time and space that George Williams has to put that kick in comes from those plays 1, 2 and 3 and the speed that they get.
Well, it was 1 minute and 33 seconds when St Helens opened the scoring in this opening match of the season. There could have been fewer round 1 matches that have produced as quick a try as that. St Helens off to a blistering start, but Wigan have ground their way back into this match like the champions that they are.
Well, when you go 12-0 behind and you're playing away and you're playing against the side that had it all more or less all their own way up until the semi-final last year, you're going to go through some tough periods, and Saints started strong up against the Wigan side. They're under a new coach, committed, but they've stuck there. They've stuck with Saints, but this game's going to go down to the wire. Could it be golden point as well?
Well, how ironic that the opening game of the season under the new golden point system could be produced tonight. 8 years ago, Saints and Wigan faced each other in the first week of Super League 2011. It was at the Magic Stadium, and it ended up 16-all that day, so who knows? Who knows? Half-time siren goes, the opening 40 minutes of the new season. Justin Holbrook's men off to a flyer. Wigan eventually got back into the match, and they've scored the last 2 tries of the half. First, Kevin Nagama with the opening try, 1 minute and 33 seconds into the match, 6-0. 14 minutes later, Johnny Lomax over, 12-0. Alarm bell sounding for Wigan, they really got stuck in. 27 minutes, Ben Flowers' try. 36 minutes, Liam Marshall's interception try. We're all wrapped up at 12 apiece at half-time. The Betfred Super League season is up and running big style. Half-time's over here at St Helens. It's 12 apiece. The league leaders of 2018 against the champions of 2018. It's all square. And if it stays all square at the end of the next 40 minutes, Thomas Lulawai and the Wigan Warriors and all the St Helens players know we'll be into the drama of Golden Point. And the last time that the Saints faced Golden Point was in that epic semi-final of 2017 against Castleford. And that man, Justin Holbrook and Sean Long and everybody connected with St Helens will remember the heartbreak as Luke Gale popped over the match winner in the most dramatic of circumstances. And as I said in the first half, in the round 1 that was played in Cardiff at the Magic, these 2 sides met and they drew. They drew, and if they draw again here tonight, we will be in to the drama of Golden Point on the first weekend of the new season. How would that be? Well, there's a long way to go, as they say. There's a bit of water, Terry, to run under the bridge between now and then.
Yeah, there is, Eddie. We wanted a blockbuster, didn't we, to kick off Super League, and this certainly has lived up to the standards. First 20 minutes belong to Saints, the next to Wigan. Who's the next 40 minutes going to belong to? And both of these sides have got the talent, could go down to the wire. It's going to be interesting to see what the coaches have said to Angela Powers at half-time.
30 seconds of the second half. St Helens in possession with Zeb Teya just inside their own half of the field, with Roby at dummy half. And Joseph Paulo is on. That was Farge. He got it away to Morgan Knowles. Predicting big things for Morgan Knowles here at St Helens. He featured in the final 28 of last year as well and was impressive. High kick there. Oh! Fumbled. And Wigan have the ball.
Well, there doesn't seem to be the same intensity that we started the game with. Lachlan Coote gets up, he's under no pressure, tries either to catch it or to bat it back, and he bats it back to nobody. But I'd be surprised if the coaches have got the players in at half-time and changed things particularly. It might be a case of just sticking to task. And both sides, as we've said, in 2 quarters of that first half, they had the share of possession, they had the share of pressure. And that's the reason it's 12-all on the scoreboard. You might find players and coaches just sticking to task and giving it the next 40 minutes.
Penalty here to St Helens early.
Well, they've touched the ball in 2 sets in the start of this second half. 70 metres they made from the kickoff. The next time that they get the ball, after restricting Wigan to just 30 metres when they were carrying the ball, Lachlan Coote goes hard at the line, gets his nose through and earns his side a penalty. It's a good start from Saints in this second half.
Well, they started the first half brightly enough, and they're looking to repeat the dose here in the second. Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. Big night for him, 350th career appearance. If he scores tonight, he will celebrate his 50th try for the Saints. He'd love to do that against the old enemy. Lomax is wrestled to the ground by the Wigan defence. Percival to Farge. Here goes Matty Lees. Maybe a little high by Joe Bullock. Here is Farge. Oh, Lomax has put the ball down.
Well, Theo Farge trying to fix those Wigan defenders, goes at the line. He can spot Johnny Lomax. Johnny Lomax was just a bit too deep for that pass. He was trying to get the ball. Again, look at where he was going to run, isolate the defenders that he wanted to isolate.
Well, we've been wondering what the coaches have been saying at half-time to their charges. Let's find out. Angela.
Well, Justin Holbrook, Eddie, you can imagine he was quite happy with the first start, or the start that they had, the first 20 minutes at least, but disappointed, really, to concede that Marshall try, which he thought skewed the scoreline a bit and flattered Wigan. But it is what it is, he says, and we've just got to come out and have a big second half now. Conversely, though, Adrian Lamb thought that their first 20 minutes was really slow and they needed to lift the pace up. They showed a lot of character, he said, to work their way back into the game. He's looking for a good defensive stint in this second half, the early parts of this second half.
Tell you what, the one thing you can say so far tonight in the opening 43 minutes of the season, Joe Bullock has not looked out of place.
He's looked very good, and obviously he's got the respect of Morgan Knowles then, because he got up quick on the big forward.
This is a good run from George Williams. Last tackle here for Wigan. They're running it with Farrell, and he puts the kick in. Well, it's not normally his job to do that, and that maybe shows you the reason why.
Well, we've seen him kick, haven't we? And you can see the frustration from the coach, Adrian Lamb. But when he gets when you're at the final players of your set, you don't want the likes of Farrell to be kicking the ball. You've got Luluai, you've got Williams, you've got Zach Ardek, or even Sam Powell, not a back rower.
Regan Grace, beg your pardon, Kevin McGuama for the Saints. Here goes Makinson now. He gets ambushed by 3. Percival gets away, or he thought he got away from Greenwood. Greenwood stuck to him like glue.
There's the difference, isn't there, between the two sides. St Helens outside backs aren't as good at making ground there. 4 of them have had runs, made less than 20 metres.
Let's see how they do here with Regan Grace. Good tackle by Davis. Teya. And Paulo gets it away to Farge. Lachlan Coote directing the traffic, but it's Roby at dummy half, and he gives it to Coote. Coote then gives it short to Lomax. A dab over the top from him, straight into the arms of Davis. Good chase, though, by the St Helens fullback.
Well, Saints here now will be looking at just keeping Wigan down near their own line, restricting the yardage from the first three players. First it's Liam Marshall.
Sargentson.
All the outside backs now just offering themselves, putting the hand up, trying to use the footwork at the line. Another one here, Oliver Gildart.
Keep coming. Hold me, Joe.
And he'll get to his feet and will play the ball to Sam Powell. And look for Liam Farrell. Wigan almost up to halfway, but this is the last one this set. And Hardacre humps it high in the air.
Well, that's a huge kick.
And he's lost it as Lachlan Coote. The ball went backwards according to the referee. I'm not so sure. It might have hit a Wigan player on the way down, which would have made it a knock-on. That's the decision.
Eddie, it was an enormous kick by Zach Hardacre. It's a bobble, a fumble. Well, you make your own mind up.
Went backwards, went forwards. It's a game of ifs and buts and maybes, and of course it's a game of opinions. And in the opinion of the referee, that was a Saints ball. And he only has one look, not like us.
Well, Wigan are going to get better as a team, recognising the strengths and weaknesses of Zach Hardacre, and that's one of his great strengths. High-hanging kicks. Some fruit for the Warriors.
That was a really good kick there from Theo Fage. He paused for a second before choosing which part of the field to kick it to. And he certainly found the ground, didn't find the player in between the fullback and the winger. And look at the effect that that's had now, probably a 30 or 40 metre net gain by placing the kick so accurately.
Wonderful defence here from St Helens, led really by the first tackle in this set from Nagama.
Morgan Knowles did 3 defensive efforts for his side then. They're working really hard to restrict those metres.
Oh, he's lost it as Sargentson. Saints have got it back with McCarthy Scarsbrook. He wasn't tackled, he got the ball away.
It's terrific defensive effort from Saints. Right on the front foot now, just over the 20-metre line.
Hold.
Bit of a grab at the ball, but Saints rewarded for their effort.
It was a big defensive stint from them. And as you say, Barry, they've got their reward, because here they are on the first tackle, 15 metres away. Saints looking for the start to the second half. They got to the start of the match with Fage. Quick hands to Lomax. Lomax with a little dummy, crawling his way to the line, just held up short. Zeb Taylor is the dummy half. Fires the ball then to Fage. Fage will find Roby. Roby running flat, gives it wide to Nagama. Good tackle by Sargentson.
It was a beauty then by Dan Sargentson.
Here's Fage again. Looked for Lees, gave it to Lees in the end. He helps it on to Joseph Paulo. He gives it away then to Morgan Knowles. Down he goes 6-7 metres away. Last tackle coming up here for the Saints. Fage dabs the ball to the in-goal area, ricochets off the post, and I think it was Hardacre to the rescue then for Wigan.
He's looked good, hasn't he, Theo Fage, taking control along with Johnny Lomax. Again, he's one of those players who likes to go at the line, pulls up that defence and then kicks the ball, and then he gets the right correct weight on it and puts more pressure on this Wigan club.
He has looked good, but I think Zach Hardacre has looked good, particularly in this second half. He's in the right place at the right time. Seems to be taking charge and taking control.
A slightly scruffy goal line drop out from Hardacre, because back come the Saints from deep inside Wigan territory. Justin Holbrook knows this is an opportunity. Another one that's presented itself. Joseph Paulo, 9 times a Samoan international, played for the States in the 2013 World Cup. He gets the ball away, and here come the Saints with Percival and Regan Grace. Regan Grace for the corner. It's going to be the first decision of 2019 for a video referee.
We've got a try.
And the video referee is Ben Thaler, and the on-field decision from Robert Hicks is a try. It's all a question about the grounding. Does he get this ball down, Regan Grace? Does he do it Tommy Makinson-esque?
Well, he leaps nice and early, holds that ball out, he has a good grip on it, Has the defender, Oliver Gildart, done enough to deny him? We'll look, we'll see. No, that's a good skill. That's a good skill, isn't it?
I don't think there's any doubt about that. Regan Grace, who, if you remember a couple of years ago, he came alive against Wigan at the DW Stadium. He scored a try that day. It wasn't as spectacular as this.
Well, the only question mark when I watch it from that angle is his back leg. We see the ball down.
I think he's fine, Barry.
On the first look, I was looking at the ball, but
well, he's down. That's a try.
Yeah,
that's a try.
Yeah.
Stuart Cummings, you happy with that?
Well, it looks like he's got it down. I think Ben Thaler's just got a concern about the exact timing, but I think that shows us that the knee's up, and he'll probably award this try. He should award this try.
Well, here we go. First video referee decision of 2019. The wheel is spinning, and it is a try for Saints. Try on the field from that man, Robert Hicks. Try in the booth from Ben Thaler. And St Helens nudge themselves ahead again, courtesy of Regan Grace. He got a try against Hull in Johnny Lomax's testimonial earlier this month. That try on his Super League debut against Wigan in 2017. And he got a try against Wigan here last Good Friday in the win. Regan Grace, Adrian Lamb with another problem to overcome, and Percival with a chance to add the extras.
Well, they've had a battle the opening 10 minutes. In the second half, there was class and strength from Regan Grace, but when you look at what Theo Fage does, again, when he goes at the line, he pulls defenders in, they jump in, all of a sudden, soon as that, there's space out wide, and Regan Grace, well, the class, the speed that he shows and has to get that try.
So now Makinson tight to the touchline, obviously. It's on its way, but he's just pulled it the wrong side of the post. First miss by a kicker tonight.
Well, the St Helens Club have had a century of playing rugby league, over that, I should say. And during that time, they've had some fantastic wingers. Their fans know they'll have nothing more than seeing one of the wingers dive in at the corner, showing his speed. They've now got Makinson and Grace this season to excite them and entertain them, which I've no doubt they'll certainly do. Regan Grace, he'll be even better this season than last.
Well, they got 17 wins in round one matches over the years, have the St Helens Club, plus a draw in 23 previous seasons, only 5 defeats on the opening weekend. They've won each of the last 5 round of fixtures.
To show some courage then, Theo Fage, as the referee blows his whistle and awards a penalty to St Helens. It was a short kick-off, a high kick-off, a standoff. Number 6, Theo Fage, collects the ball, and from that play, the ball then, Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook, Willie Isa wrestling on the ground, and Robert Hicks doesn't like it.
And so Saints will come back on the back of that penalty. This is Matty Leeds.
Hold now. Hold. Go on those calls. Come on.
Game 1 of 2019 on the 31st of January. Forward pass. Judged by Robert Hicks.
Since he's come onto the field, Joseph Paulo has caught the ball. He's looked to pass it every time he's had it. You see him, it's in two hands. He's looking for somebody to pass to. Zeb Taylor on a very sharp, angled run. Yeah, no doubt about that.
Do you know the date of the very first Super League game, by the way? 1996.
1st of April.
29th of March. You're close. 1998, the 3rd of April. That was the latest start. Tomorrow, on the 1st of February, we're going to see the big city derby. Hull KR against Hull FC tomorrow, Sky Sports Arena at 7. And on Saturday, we shall see Warrington Wolves against the Leeds Rhinos. David Firma's bow as the Leeds coach in Super League, 5 o'clock. Saints players left on the ground. I think it's Morgan Knowles as Wigan come forward here with Luluai. Didn't need thermal underwear in 1996, Terry, did you?
Nope.
Here is Powell. Luluai now. High kick to the right-hand side. Well, knocked forward it was by Davis. So this will be a 0 tackle. And Lachlan Coote has taken it.
Well, they look like they've got some energy now, Wigan. There was a decent run, a decent quick play the ball from the man who's tackling number 15, Willie Isa, who left Morgan Knowles on the floor. And then Saints, like they were at the opening 20 minutes, they're looking to shift the ball, they're looking to get outside of the tight defenders, either side that they play the ball for Wigan.
It's a big match this for Wigan in many ways, of course, against St Helens, but an even bigger match because of the decision announced yesterday by the Rugby League that they start the season on -2 points at the moment. An appeal is pending against that. They lose tonight, they played one round and they're 4 points off the pace of St Helens. They don't lose, really.
No, which they don't
Ian
want.
Lenigan, the chairman, will lead that appeal against that 2-point deduction. High kick, pouched by Hardaker.
Well, he's safe under them, isn't he, Zach Hardaker? He's also strong when he returns the ball.
Got a clout there as well. He's looking at the referee, thought that was a bit high. And he's got the cut on the head as well, which sort of proves the point.
Yeah, he caught one, didn't it? James Robit. Tireless worker for St Helens, James Robit.
The shoulder of Percival, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mark Percival, completely unintentionally, just catches the head. Player ducking down.
Not suggesting for 1 minute, by the way, it's a shoulder charge from Percival. It's just a pure accident.
You could see his body angle, Eddie. When he goes in, he's trying to bump off. He makes himself low. Zach Hardaker tries to bump off James Robit. As it look at him, he gets down, he tries to get rid of him, and then Percival's over the top.
Can you stop it, do you think? Do you want to take him out the back to treat him then? And we'll go with someone else playing the ball.
He caught one for his corner.
Okay.
Looks like he's caught a couple.
Tackle one.
That won't deter him though, will it, okay. Zach Hardaker?
Right, Zach, let's go one. Go.
Right. Wigan coming forward with Davis.
Hole now. Go.
Zach Hardaker with 2015 Man of Steel in the wars.
3. Move, Zeb, get square. Hold. Hold.
And this is Super League debut for Wigan, 16 months after he last played in the competition. And he's done well.
Great offload. Greenwood again to Sargentson.
Yeah, Joe Greenwood did well. Sargentson going nowhere.
Go. You're good now.
Williams drops the pass off to Isa. Here is Hardaker again. O'Loughlin. Ball in one hand, flicks it wide. Gildart slips one net. Can't get away from the next. Last tackle here this set for Wigan. Davis sinks quickly off the line. Oh, charge down, and it's going to be 6 to go. No, it isn't. The referee says now it's play on. Oh, it's just still saying it's the last tackle. That looked like a charge down, but the referee saw it another way. The question is what, I suppose, forms and means a charge down. Stuart.
Well, he's viewed that neither player was playing at the ball, and I think you can see from that he's probably got it right.
Well, St Helens have upped the pace here now with the intensity. They sense a chance to extend the lead here now. In crucial derby games, you get 1 or 2 opportunities to put your opponents away, and the Saints might have one right here.
Farrell was a little bit high on Teya. Roby. Kyle Amor is out there. 27 starts out of 28 last year, just 1 sub-appearance, and that was against the Saints. Here we are again. Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook slips the pass to Theo Farge. Desperate Wigan defence.
Turnover there, please.
And that's the turnover. Wigan defending their line.
They had to be good then. LMS hits a nice tight ball. He was the lead runner off Theo Farge. He still manages to get his arm free and offload the ball, but again the defence was switched on.
Well, a bit of nothing at the play of the ball there between George Williams.
Mate, I told you to play it on the mark. Stop pushing him. Discipline. He's your mark on me.
Well, the referee unhappy that George Williams wouldn't get back on the correct mark. There's still pushing and shoving going on at the play of the ball.
It's taking its time to brew this game, isn't it? This second half.
I think it's just come to the simmer somehow.
Both teams are sort of waiting for the other one.
Get in there!
Mark Percival, body on body, ball on ball, and his team's lifted.
Great defensive set this for Wigan, for St Helens. Wigan having the devil's own job to get out of their own 10-metre mark. Well, Loughlin plays the ball. The kick, maybe no. He decides to run it in the end as Hardaker, and he goes down. That's a sensational defensive effort from St Helens. Now Luluai will give the ball some air, try and get out of trouble. Straight though into the arms of Tommy Makinson.
And that's what they get, Eddie, on the back of that sterling defence. 45 metres away now from Wigan's line, and you know, it shows you the intent in Saints' side. When no disrespect to centres, but when a centre comes off the line and floors a forward, well, it just shows that they're well and truly up for this challenge.
And Justin Holbrookers as well. Here now comes Zeb Teya for the Saints. But 8 tries last year, Zeb Teya. He played in all but 3 of the matches. Farge, a misplaced pass, but Coote scooped it up. Kevin Nagama now. And Wigan trying to spin him to the ground. Plays the ball. Coote gives it to McCarthy Scarsbrook. Roby down the right-hand side. Lachlan Coote again off the outside of the boot. Bounces kindly for Roby, he just couldn't pick it up.
Well, they go on the short side, Saints. They had 3 players there. They thought there was some space. Maybe a couple of defenders might have switched off. The alertness from that man, and takes his position as second marker.
Well, I heard in the pre-match build-up to this, our guests, Jamie Jones-Buchanan and John Wilkins, saying defence would win this game. The defence of both sides, even though we've had a few tries scored tonight, has been outstanding. It's a great start to the season for them.
It is, it's been brilliant. Well, looking to shift the ball. You can't get into those battles when you think that you're getting bashed every time you carry the ball. It's Mark Percival again. Mike Percival had complimented him down under the sticks for coming up with a big shot. He's come up with it again on Liam Farrell. He hits him hard, he hits him around the ball. Look, he sets himself. And Farrell loses it.
Low and hard, right at the hips. He sees Liam Farrell do that, and he's seen him do it throughout his career. Hold the ball in 2 hands. Here's another one of Mark Percival's efforts, sending Gabe Hamlin all the way onto his back.
He was in the England squad last year, was Mark Percival, for the series against New Zealand. He didn't play against the Kiwis. Saints are going to have to get on with this. They just about managed it. He played just the 1 game in the series period, and that was against the French.
He was disappointed, and maybe that's what's driving him on again this season.
This is Amor. Hamlin hanging on to him, and Amor trying to push him off. Will play the ball to Roby, right in the middle of the field. This is far short ball. Zeb Teya, can he get the pass away? Tried to. Knocked on by Coote, I think. Yes. Referee says head and feed to St Helens.
There is some outstanding defence on shore from both sides. Zeb Teya, he takes those short balls all the time. With Thomas Luluai round his middle, Oliver Gildart round the top. He has the ball available, doesn't have any arm, doesn't have his arm free to pass that ball. He just simply drops it, flops it into the path of hopefully one of his teammates, but Wigan are alert enough to pick up the loose pass.
So important they feed this scrum in the next 5 seconds, because if they don't, they'll concede a kickable penalty. But the players have got their eyes on the clock, they've got their eyes on the scrum being formed. They take a natural breather, I think. They leave it, don't they, till the very last second or two.
You're right, and I think Jamie Jones-Buchanan said it best. Their alertness, their awareness and their urgency at scrums now is just heightened. There's a penalty for St Helens.
Well, this tackle was complete, wasn't it? Joe Greenwood goes down. Nagwama comes over the top, tries to slow him down.
Well, that looks the danger side to me. Over on the left side, Williams, Joe Greenwood. Give Joe Greenwood one-on-one and he'll beat most players in the league.
Wigan in possession with Isa, and he plays the ball to Powell. Here is Luluai. Luluai back in centre field to O'Loughlin. Zach Hardaker spins away from McCarthy Scarsbrook.
Stand now, go to.
It's Williams down the short side. Greenwood stands. Farge harassing him as Nagama pulls him down. Sargentson. Dan Sargentson gets it away to Williams. Williams will give it air and find Luluai. Luluai looks for Farrell. Farrell almost away from Roby. Not many do that. Adrian Lamb watching on as his team are just 15 metres away from the line. O'Loughlin finds Williams. Theo Farge has been everywhere. This is Powell. Back it comes to O'Loughlin. Stabs the ball towards Hamlin. Lachlan Coote does well.
Oh, he had to be brave. Barry talked about Theo Farge been brave before from a kick. But so did Lachlan Coote then. With Gabe Hamlin, that ball was placed in his path. It's right underneath the sticks.
It's now Wigan's turn to turn the screw in defence on the St Helens line. Compelling stuff in the opening match of the Betfred Super League 2019. Who's going to win? Will we get golden point? Look at that for a hit on Kyle Amor.
Struggling Joe Greenwood pulls away from that tackle.
Roby.
Do you know, there's enough leaders on both sides to bring the ball away, to play out the percentages, get through the sets. Lachlan Coote with a kick here.
And the bounce is kind for Hardacre. Here goes Davis up the middle. Sees Thompson coming towards him, swerves to avoid him.
Yeah, you can see the physio, yeah. Looks like his ribs when he put that strong challenge in down near St Helens line, winced away from it, but Joe Greenwood and the backfield, the back players, I don't know whether he catches a boot there from Kyle Amor.
He does, Kyle Amor. I'm not suggesting for 1 minute it was deliberate. He certainly caught the boot as Amor was struggling to find his feet. This is Powell in centre field. He finds Lulawai. There is Williams, saw open space, turns Lachlan Coote around. Lachlan Coote picks up on his own line.
Do you know, we've got two very good fullbacks on show tonight. I can't remember an occasion where either one of those fullbacks hasn't been in the right position. Good instinct, good awareness, they know where they've got to be to nullify the threat for their team.
Great way to hex them, Barry, well done.
And what they're also doing as well is organising the defence. Zach Hardacre, about 30-40 metres from his teammates, just directing his troops where he wants them to stand. He can see the shape that Saints are setting up with. Where are they looking to attack?
Alex Walmsley's return to the fray for Saints as Thompson goes down under pressure from Powell, who puts himself about. This is the last one for Saints. They're running it, they're not going to kick, or are they now? They are with Percival, left-footed. Hardacre, though, again positions himself well. Back comes Wigan. Oh, he nearly lost it. Just regathered it at the vital moment, gets the penalty.
Smart play from Wigan, smart play from Zach Hardacre, and smart play from St Helens when they run it on the last. The defenders for Wigan can't go back, the winger can't go back, so it means that Zach Hardacre is isolated there when he collects that ball, but he's done that 1,000 times in his career. Knows exactly what he's doing.
Fans of both these clubs have waited for 3 months, haven't they, to see the game that they love. Well, they're giving them the first game back of 2019. It's been a cracking start to the season so far. And we've got the most fascinating 15 minutes here still to come.
16,500 inside the ground watching this on the opening night of the new season. Sure, it's keeping you at home spellbound as well as Wigan come forward, looking to get the try that would level the scores. Greenwood is still out there, and Greenwood goes down.
Theo Farge has done a decent job on him, giving him an early ball, Joe Greenwood. He's picking his target out, and he's still managing to deal with the threat.
Now Lulawai, now Farrell for Wigan. Roby and Amor with the tackle. Powell a dummy half. Into centre field they go with the skipper, O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin then just drops the pass off once again. That was Gildart who got the pass away to Ben Flower, who gave Wigan's first try of the season. Lulawai was under pressure then. It's a nice kick. The ball is lost, but then picked up by Makinson. Did it come off a Wigan hand? No, it didn't. So look where Wigan turned the ball over, 2 metres away from the Saints line. Now then stand by for a big set defensively here.
That's it, it's a big set, isn't it, now for Saints? The forwards have been tired, have been doing an awful lot of work in the centre field, dealing with the go forward from the Warriors. Alex Walmsley trying to just keep chewing up those metres, hard metres to find.
Roby, Amor. Well, you think the start of the season, They might be a little match shy, some of these players, but there's no sign of it yet as we approach the last 10 minutes of the game.
St Helens are big at the minute. They've gone big. They've left the 3 front rowers on. Walmsley, Thompson, who were so effective in that first 20 minutes, and Kyle Amor as well. So they're looking to hold and match the physicality of Wigan.
Saints have got 1 interchange left. Only 8, remember, from here on in. Look at this stuff from Marshall. He's burst his way through. He's got around Lachlan Coote. He was halted by Makinson. He's back on his feet again. And St Helens scramble back defensively and pull him down with Peru.
Well, that's what you need, a piece of brilliance, piece of speed. Liam Marshall just getting involved and just splits the Saints defence wide open.
It's Hardacre. Now Lulawai. O'Loughlin. Williams, short ball, Greenwood. Might have painful ribs, but he's carrying on. Is Greenwood, he's carrying the battle to the Saints. Lulawai with a high kick, looking for Tom Davis. And it's a knock-on by Wigan. It's the turnover.
And I talked about the 3 big men on the field for St Helens. That's exactly what Liam Marshall saw. Big men in and around the play of the ball. You see Thompson, Kyle Amor can't get back in position. Liam Marshall recognises that and gets his side on the front foot and in a wonderful position.
Well, the last away defeat for Wigan was the week prior to the defeat by St Helens. It was at Huddersfield. That was way back in last July. They've got 11 minutes to rescue this match. They've got 11 minutes maybe to take us to Golden Point. Lots of interference there on Peru. Oh, and they've lost the ball. They've lost the ball. Have Saints in the shape of Luke Thompson of all people.
I know, he's a good player, the ball as well from Peru. James Roby gets out. He tries to bring Luke Thompson onto the ball, and you could see he just had a little look up of what was in front of him. What was in front of him was Sean O'Loughlin, the captain of the Warriors. He's a big figure, Sean O'Loughlin. He knows at times like this, playing against Saints, that he's got to lift himself, lift the team, lift the players around him.
10 seconds, guys, get your heads in. Heads in, shot clock off, out, play on.
Powell from the back of the scrum. This is Liam Farrell. Now then, this is a big set of 6 for Wigan in attack and a massive set defensively for Saints.
2, move, hold, don't make for me.
Powell is waiting at dummy half as Ben Flower plays the ball to him. O'Loughlin was on the shoulder. That's Lulawai. Short ball to Farrell.
3, move.
Inside the St Helens 20. 4 tackles remaining. Powell. Lulawai. O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin slips the ball to Hardacre. Here is Farrell. Farrell comes wide. Davis comes back inside. And the Saints defence marshals and pulls him down. 9.5 minutes to go. Gildart. And the short side, Gildart dumps the ball down. Davis couldn't take the pass.
Well, the scramble from Saints has been very good right throughout this game. Look at them, they conceded a close range try from Ben Flower, then the Liam Marshall intercept. Every time they look like they're going to be broken, you can see that there's enough white jerseys in front turning up, and Adrian Lamb again, the frustrations there for all to see.
I think he'll be critical of the decision of Oliver Gildart to go on that short side with 2 or 3 defenders in front of him when it looked like Wigan were all set for the big shift from right to left.
Regan Grace was dropped by O'Loughlin. Don't forget, on Sunday we concentrate on the Betfred Championship. This, the Betfred Super League. Sunday, the Championship. York, newly promoted against Toronto. Great start. Sunday 3, Sky Sports Arena.
Nice play by Theo Fars. Just got his second rower out. Quick play the ball. That's the reason Thompson.
Oh, Powell was hanging on. Powell was hanging on. It's a penalty to St Helens. This is a relieving penalty.
Good Powell, good line. Again, just getting his nose through. Sam Powell knowing that Luke Thompson was going to get a quick play of the ball. Hits a good line, finds some space behind the ruck.
Well,
Picks out 3 defenders, but
massive
strong.
attacking moment for Wigan a few moments ago. Big defensively for Saints. Roles reversed now with 8 minutes to go. Saints looking to put this game to bed with Theo Farge and now Amor. Amor gets St Helens into the 20-metre zone. They have 4 remaining, struggling and getting to his feet. This is Roby. Roby finds Lomax. Johnny Lomax pokes a nose through. He's pulled down 5 short of the line. Percival, Mark Percival with a run. Percival taking on Greenwood and getting St Helens to within 4 metres of the Wigan line. Roby's assessing left and right. Goes himself, Roby! And he has scored the try! James Roby! That could possibly win this match for St Helens. 8 points to lead, 7 minutes to go, kick to come, and Adrian Lamb's reign at Wigan might well be starting with a defeat.
Well, there's a player that knows what to do. Been in this position countless times during his career, James Roby, and he's a master at making the right decision, and sometimes that's just a simple one. He has an option on his right in Alex Walmsley. He commands attention. You see Joe Greenwood's eyes are fixed on the big man. He knows there's a space somewhere. He ends up being tackled around his legs, but wriggles and twists and turns, keeps the ball up high and puts it down above his head.
Well, he just pumps it one way, go back the other. I think that James Roby, Super League's most consistent player over the years since he made his debut. He's a quality player. He's an 8, he's a 9 out of 10, week in, week out.
And we talked about Man of Steel contenders just privately before the match, and we were all giving our opinion, and I tipped James Roby last year, and Ben Barber, he was the man that waltzed off with it in 2018 with half the season in the bag. Well, I think it's a big year for James Roby, and I'm predicting him Man of Steel in 2019.
Well, he was Man of Steel in 2007, was James Roby, and our apologies if you picked up any language in the coverage we brought of that Roby try. But Saints have a 10-point lead. We're approaching the last 5 minutes of the match. Justin Holbrook knows that he has missed a consistency in his number 9 jersey. James Roby, Man of Steel 2007, man of the match in the 2014 Grand Final against Wigan. This is his 387th Super League appearance. The ball has been knocked forward. James Roby's just scored his 94th try.
It comes forward off Makinson. Was Kyler Morstan in front of him? Well, the referee says no, it's a scrum, but Wigan get a chance. That's exactly what they needed. They need possession back. It seems like an injury to Makinson.
Was it knock on both ways, Stuart? That's why the penalty maybe didn't come?
Possibly, but I think the clear knock on is by St Helens there. I think the other one was a bit more doubtful.
It wouldn't be a penalty, mate.
There's the knock on. Amor does look, well, is he slightly in front?
It's probably just in front, but I think, you know, Robert Hicks has gone with the knock on that occasion.
Mate, is he all right to continue?
Well, he was hurt as well. Was Tommy Makinson.
I think a touch of cramp for Tommy Makinson when he jumped up for that ball. He didn't land awkwardly. First game.
Well, 10 points difference, 5 minutes remaining. Wigan score here. It's hey lads, hey again. Liam Farrell.
They want to get back to the home of Man United at the end of this season. Can they do what Man United did this week? 2 scores in the last 5 minutes, that's what they need.
Hold now, hold, go.
Can they do it? Of course, that was just for a draw for Manchester United, but we're going to put the ball down in the shape of George Williams, much to the annoyance and disappointment, no doubt, of Adrian Lamb.
I think they've attacked Theo Farge, they've attacked Saints' right-hand side. He's dealt with absolutely everything in this game. He's had to deal with Joe Greenwood, the early carries, the early players that he got. He was picking him out, he was dealing with him. On the shift players, he's dealt with things, he's not panicked.
Well, Phil Clark mentioned that they're trying to get back to Old Trafford. There's one of the old Manchester United favourites. Dion Dublin is in the crowd tonight, loving every minute of this Betfred Super League and giving us a wave as well.
Come on, Lachlan.
I think Tezzy's right to talk about Theo Farge. He's done some lovely stuff with the ball, but it's been when he's been under pressure, he's had numbers running at him. And I was going to say that Dan Sargentson was through a gap, but it was the speed of thought and speed of action from Theo Fage that took that option away from George Williams.
Well, we've got about 3.5 minutes remaining of the match, in about 60 seconds or so, maybe 2 minutes. I'll be asking Terry O'Connor to name his Betfred man of the match. There are contenders all over the field. Here's one of them, Alex Walmsley, and he's a prop forward, so at the moment he's a racing favourite for Terry. Here is Lomax though now. Lomax trying to jink his way down this left-hand side. Percival waits. Wigan desperate to get the ball back. Zeptea. Last tackle coming up here for Saints. Roby again directing the operations. Comes to Fage. Fage. Well, they'll be happy enough to turn the ball over there.
Give it up, Theo, give it up!
Yeah, we're not a problem, that. 10 points in front on the scoreboard. Just turn it over just 5 metres from Wigan's line, and Dan Sargentson will try and everything using his footwork. Can't get through that white wall.
As I said, Wigan beginning the season with the 2-point deduction for the salary cap infringements of 2017. The appeal is coming up, of course, for that, but tonight the league table will show you that Wigan will be 4 points behind St Helens with only one match of the season played, unless things change. Lulua gets the ball away. Here's Hardacre again, short to Farrell. Percival's done a great job defensively all night. And the Saints supporters are singing when the Saints go marching in. They believe they're marching their way towards an opening night victory. This is Greenwood. Greenwood keeps it alive to Sargentson. He flicks away from one. They come back this way here now with Williams. Williams skips one. Gives the ball away though, and Theo Fage picks up again for St Helens. Fage has been all over the shop.
He has been outstanding. He's there to collect that ball, and a loose pass it was, but I said about 5 minutes ago that Joe Greenwood could beat anybody one-on-one. Well, he hasn't beat Theo Fage at any point tonight.
This is Walmsley, the Saints. Takes them over the halfway line.
Come on, Joe.
Roby and Thompson.
4, straight out, Joe.
It's been a good battle, hasn't it? There'll be some bruises tomorrow in the physio room.
There will. It's an opening night win for St Helens, but as you say, it'll be a big job in the treatment room tomorrow. No question about that. There'll be some bumps and bruises. You're absolutely right. Terry, we're into the last minute. Who is your Betfred man of the match?
Already, there's been some decent showings from both sides in it. When you look at them and you look at Zach Hardacre, you look at Luke Thompson, you look at Morgan Knowles, but I think it's that man Theo Fage. Defensively, he's been superb. With the ball, we've always known what he can do when he goes at the line. But I just think the way that he's handled, the way that he's looked after that right side, I think he's been very good. And Justin Holbrook, well, he took a big decision, didn't he, to leave out Danny Richardson, give that lad a chance, and he certainly has played well.
So Theo Fage is the first man of the match of 2019.
There are some positives for Wigan. 2 debutants, Zach Hardacre and Joe Bullock. Not quite enough to get the victory, but 2 good additions for Wigan Warriors.
Well, it's nice to win in round 1, but Warrington fans, I'll tell you, they lost in round 1 last season and still managed to make it to the grand final. And any Widnes Viking fans like Terry knows, he's got some friends who are, they won in round 1, they still got relegated, so it's not the be-all or the end-all to win this first match.
No, it isn't, but it's always nice to get off to a good start. And St Helens, with a victory over their oldest and fiercest rivals, have got off to the best possible start. This is Williams again. Doing his best is Williams to prize an opening. Gets the ball away nicely to Bullock. Joe Bullock gets it to Gildart. There's the final siren. There's the signal that Justin Holbrook's men are off to a winning start in 2019. They have beaten their old rivals. They have levelled the ledger as well. This is the 78th meeting. It's now 37 wins in Super League for Saints. It's 37 wins for the Wigan Warriors. Kevin Nagama, he got them off to the best possible start. St Helens, after he gave them that start in the opening minute and a half, were never behind tonight. And Wigan's 10-match winning run has come to a halt at the home of their nearest and dearest. So Saints off to a flyer. Wigan, though, I think you'll agree, Terry, they showed enough that they will be a force under Adrian Lamb in 2019.
I'm sure they will, when the pitch is firm up and you get used to those combinations. Very impressed with Zach Hardacre. Been out obviously for 16 months, and obviously Joe Bullock, we talked about him an awful lot. He's got his first chance to play in Super League. I thought he was powerful when he was carrying the ball. George Williams, Thomas Luluai, Sam Powell, they will always get better, but tonight it was all about the Saints. The way that they started the game, the way that they finished. Justin Albert probably disappointed with the second quarter, but they get the 2 points and that's it, they're off. What a way to start this Super League season.
St Helens, they pick up the 2 points. There'll be aspects of that game that they'll want to just fine-tune it a little bit, but what they won't need to fine-tune is that attitude, that resilience. They got back into the game, and the new look Wigan side under Adrian Lamb, does it have a bit more flair? Well, we'll have to judge it after a few more games. But one thing they haven't lost is that intensity in defence.
Well, Wigan are unbeaten in round one since 2014 at home to Huddersfield, beaten in round one 2019 away at St Helens. Let's hear from the Betfred man of the match, and it is the French international Theo Farge. He's with Angela.
International, there it is, your man of the match platter. Well done, Theo. Your coach gave you the nod to start this game, and you really repaid his faith in you today.
Yeah, we're just happy to get a win. Home game, first home game is the derby. All the fans want to win against Wigan, and we're just happy to give them that. A
good, strong start for you as well. But when they came back with that Marshall try, you knew there was no giving back or really taking your foot off the gas at all. Yeah,
we just want to continue on. Last year we didn't finish good, but we had a good season. We just want to continue and had a good start. So I thought today we were good. We can get better as always, but it's the first good run out, and Wigan is a good side too, so it was a good first test. It was a good first test. It was great to watch as well, and a great opener for the Super League of this year. Yeah, it can't get better. In front of a derby, opening 2019 Super League. So it was good, and obviously it's better with the win. It stands us in good stead for the whole season. There's your Betfred Super League check to go to the charity of your choice. Where will it go? Just Saints Foundation, please. Great, thank you. Congratulations, Theo. We've got Adrian Lamb now. If you wouldn't mind popping in just for a quick interview, Adrian, really appreciate this. A disappointing opener for you. Yeah, absolutely. We sort of started both halves pretty slowly, and we're just chasing our tail from then on. So when we needed the points at the end of the game, we looked a little bit out of petrol, a little bit flat. That's it. The start was crucial for you at the beginning and in the second half. Yeah, it was crucial, and it played a massive role towards the end of the game there. But and a couple of soft tries too. So got a bit of work to do. What does it tell you about the character of this team in a big game to open up? Yeah, look, I felt that even though we were against the backs against the wall there for the majority of the first half, we come off at 12-all, so that showed the character of them, and we hung in there for a long time in the second half, but as I said, just ran out of petrol. In terms of the game itself, though, a great starter for Super League, and you are now 4 points behind St Helens, but with Appeal coming after that other two. But how are you going to go on in terms of your the way you're going to go forward with confidence and with your trying to find the word for it? But I'm sure you get what I mean. Yeah, look, it was always a tough month of rugby for us, and whether we won or lost tonight wasn't going to define our season. So we have got a lot of work to do, but there's plenty of positives to take out of it. We've got Leeds again at home now for our first game at home, so we just need to stay positive and move forward. I appreciate you talking to us. Thank you very much, Adrian. Thank you. We're going to talk to Lachlan Coote now. How was your first derby? Oh, tough. That was real tough. Right at the end there, both cars were cramping up, and it was an awesome game, awesome crowd, and loved the atmosphere. It's a bit different to over in Oz. Both crowds are singing, and great atmosphere creates an awesome game. Have you ever played in temperatures like this before? What was it, minus or something? I think we got a couple of games down in Canberra there in Oz. But yeah, you don't see snow on the side of the grounds like this. So.
So what did you think about your first run out and about this game and the standards of Super League and what you're going to have to achieve this year and what standards you're going to have to get to?
Oh, if every game's like that, it's a massive high standard, that. So a credit to Wigan there. It was an awesome game, and hopefully, you know, Super League's been awesome, and looking forward to next week.
What got you this win?
Sorry?
What got you this win?
Just toughness. The boys hung in there. We defended a few sets on our line, and you know, they didn't really look like scoring there. They didn't trouble us in any way. So it was a credit to our boys. We dug in tough on our line, and we got the job done.
Well, welcome to Super League.
Thank you.
Thank you. We've now got your coach, Justin Holbrook. Justin, you knew that you got a good start in that first half and you'd have to really battle hard in defence in the second, and you did. There were some real defensive moments there.
Yeah, there was. You know, it was really pleasing to watch. You know, first game of the year, both sides are always going to be, you know, not at their best in their attack, and I think, you know, the way we defended in that second half was fantastic.
What did you think about Theo Farsh's then? You put him in to start and he bossed it, didn't he?
Yeah, no, he's a good solid player, Theo, you know, and just that's the way we wanted to start the season, and yeah, he had a real good game for us tonight.
And so did Nagama, going over for the first try, his debut for Saints.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was great for him here in our club. You know, probably his first touch, wasn't it, to get a try? And yeah, I thought everyone, you know, went really well tonight. Lachlan slotted in nicely, so it was good.
What can it tell us about Super League and how it's going to go forward? I know it's only the first game of the season, but the standards are really high in this game.
Oh, definitely. You know, I think every side's a lot stronger this year, and if it can get a bit warmer, it'll be great for everyone. But I think, yeah, great standard for Super League this year.
Brilliant. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Andrew. Cheers.
We've got Zach Hardacre. Zach, that was your first Wigan Saints derby there, and you took a little bit of a clatter as well for it. Yeah. What were your thoughts on that game?
I think we shot ourselves in the foot early doors. You know, dropped from the kick-off. Early try against a top Saints team. It's going to be difficult. 12 points down. Bit of a mountain to climb, and we came back. Went into the half-time really positive. Just had to stay in the grind, and I think we did that, but we just didn't finish the sets particularly well. St Helens did, and that reflects on the scoreboard. But I think there's plenty of positives in there for us. You know, go away this week. Just concentrate on the things that we need to get right, and then you know, we've got Leeds next week.
Leeds next week. That's going to be an interesting one for you.
Yeah, it's a great start to the season. So you know, I'm just building week on week, and you know, just trying to improve on what we've given tonight.
And a loss tonight. Well, no heads down. It's the first start of the season. It's against St Helens. It's always going to be a tough one.
That's it, and I think we just all realise what we've. You know, we've played well in patches, but there's plenty of things to improve on. So with the scoreline reflecting that game there, I think there's things to improve on there that we can put right for next week.
Thanks very much, Zach. Cheers. We've got Alex Walmsley as well. Welcome back to you, Alex. It's great to see you back in action. How did it go?
Yeah, no, it's great to be back. Not like dipping your toe in, is there? Honestly, that was ferocious. We know what we can bring, and yeah, no, I'm just really grateful to be back on the pitch, to be honest.
It's nice to go over early, isn't it? And a couple of early tries there gave you a bit of breathing space, but defensively, you had to be on top of it tonight.
Yeah, no, they're a champion side, and you know, you can't give them an inch. We saw that. You know, we had a great start, but they came fighting back. We know it was going to take an 80-minute performance to put them to bed, and you know, it was definitely that tough way to start the season. But you know, I'm so happy to get the win.
What was the difference between the two?
I don't think there was much at all. You know, I think there was plenty of desire on both sides. Maybe it was a bit clinical in that final third, what put us over the line. But yeah, they'll be thereabouts at the end of the season, I'm sure.
And what does it mean for you to be back on the pitch after a terrible season out last year, really?
Yeah, no. Honestly, I'm so grateful to be back on the pitch. I really am. And, you know, so grateful for the you know, the players and the coaching staff and my network of people who have supported me these last 10 months. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am now, and you know, I'm grateful to them, and I'm just grateful to be back. Yeah.
And it's great to see you back. Thanks very much, Alex.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, first Super League appearance since the 9th of March 2018 when he injured his neck. He's rehabbed, he's back, and St Helens have got their superstar front rower back in their pack. He played his part in a very important victory for St Helens to get up and running in the Betfred Super League. 22-12 in the end over their nearest and biggest rivals, the Wigan Warriors, locked up at 12 points apiece at half-time. 2 tries in the second half. The Saints has seen them take 2 competition points and leave Wigan on -2, 4 points behind the Saints. Here's